down the pecking order when you go to the website.
Hilarious story. Apparently, palace officials have been trying their hardest to strip Harry of his titles, but...
Calm voice now. Listen close. Harry's sudden flight wasn't routine. It was a fuse. At dawn in Montecito, a UK number flashed on his screen. William. The tone was flat, final. Minutes later, bags moved, a jet warmed, and the route to Heathrow was set. No charity tour, no courtroom appearance. Personal. London woke to whispers and long lenses. Inside the palace, briefings hardened into action. Advisors pushed a single phrase, title review. The dukedom that powered a brand was suddenly in play. You can feel the room narrow. This is the calm before impact. Had the brothers finally found a bridge or a breaking point? Harry kept his head low, phone in hand, between updates and silence. If a decision had already been made, this wasn't negotiation. It was notification. A family matter turned constitutional. The crown moving to protect itself. The man who left the firm now facing the firm's full weight. And Meghan? Back in California, phones were buzzing and one warning repeated in her circle. Do not step into that room alone. Calm narration ends here. Shocking reveal next. Because this flight wasn't about peace. It was about finality, paperwork, and a door that might close forever. He crossed an ocean for 1 hour that could redefine his name. And the clock just hit 0. What was waiting at Clarence House tonight? For him, truly. We switched to the room. Calm, formal, controlled. Harry walks in. The greeting is brief. Charles sits steady, a practiced quiet. William is stone. On the table, a thin folder with a hard label. Title. Adjustment proposal. No tea, no small talk. The king explains in measured phrases that the dukedom has become untenable amid public rows. Harry listens, jaw tight. Then the shock lands. Remove the Sussex titles. Preserve the birthright of Prince. A compromise on paper. A cut in practice. He rises, pacing, voice sharp. Family before crown, he says. The crown is the family, Charles replies. William doesn't blink. Years of tension hang between them. Oprah, memoir, headlines. The institution, they argue, cannot bleed forever. Advisors had warned of brand damage and constant crisis. The decision, Charles adds, isn't anger. It's preservation. Harry's face hardens. He says he won't be branded a threat to the crown he served. William's answer is even. The crown survives by limits, not exceptions. The folder slides closer. Effective dates, media strategy, a line about dignity, a line about modernization. Harry looks at the door, then back at his father. The room is airless, the way rooms feel when history is already written. Calm fades. You can hear his heartbeat. He came for a plea, not a verdict. And the question now is brutal. Does he sign or does he fight?
Royal titles. The New York Post is reporting that locals in the UK say enough is enough, especially after Prince Harry's disastrous BBC interview, which aired.
Switch tone to fast. In Montecito, phones light up like a control room. Meghan hears the London update mid-call and freezes. Then the engine starts. She summons PR, legal, brand partners. The order is crisp. Flip the story. New line. Compassion over coronets. New image, independent, modern, unstoppable. The plan looks good on paper. Reality is rough. Editors hesitate. Readers are weary. The Sussex mystique no longer guarantees clicks. A streaming contact passes. One executive says what others whisper. The magic dims without the crown. That stings. Meghan pivots. She targets lifestyle outlets with softer features. Motherhood, charity, mindfulness. Meanwhile, social chatter sharpens. Hashtags brew. Critics ask if the brand was always the title. Meghan keeps moving. She won't be erased, she says. She schedules stacked consults, rewrites statements, and drafts a contingency launch. The question under every slide deck is the same. Who are we without Sussex? Calm narration returns for a breath. The stakes aren't just optics. They're contracts, donors, introductions, rooms that open or close. Harry calls from London. He sounds distant, tired. She asks what Charles offered. His pause says enough. Emotional commentary surges. If they cut the title, they cut the halo. Meghan straightens, voice cool. If they close the door, we build another. But the next move isn't theirs yet. What will the palace leak by morning now? Back in London, we return to calm narration. The palace isn't raging. It's quite methodical. Aides meet in quiet rooms and pick precise language. The aim is stability, not spectacle. Advisors share a stark line. Every Sussex broadcast drains the crown's credibility. That lands. Charles and William align. Protect the institution. Retire the dukedom. Keep the birth title. Surgical. Drafts circulate with careful phrasing. Modernization, clarity, dignity. No spikes, no glee. The timeline tightens. Legal notes, comms grids, calls. A leak strategy that says plenty without saying much. Then a hint appears in the papers. Structural adjustments ahead for the Sussex Circle. The news cycle explodes. Talk shows debate punishment versus prudence. Now polls tilt toward the palace. Even MPs nod. This is the shocking reveal delivered softly. The monarchy has the wind for once. Outside, tourists cheer and boo within the hour. Inside, the tone stays cool. William keeps his focus on limits. Charles keeps his voice low and steady. They will not play defense forever. Strategy. Separate crown from circus, institution from influence. It reads clean on slides and ruthless in life. Contracts will shiver, introductions will change, doors will weigh names again. Calm wording, cold outcome, and yet one step remains. The folder at Clarence House needs movement. Signatures, stamps, and timing. Which raises the next inevitable break. Who makes the first public move? Shift to emotional commentary. Harry is in London but feels miles from home. He stays in a discreet flat near Kensington. Curtains drawn. Calls go unanswered. A single photo leaks. Him in rain, head down. The caption writes itself. Friends say he walks at night by the Diana Memorial, circling old memory and new dread. William, by contrast, sleeps. Not easily. He thinks duty first, brother second. Charles carries the heavier weight. Aides whisper he looks older, voice softer. Preservation has a price. In Montecito, Meghan runs on adrenaline. She frames the decision as humiliation, not governance. To her, removing the title is an attempt to erase a story she authored. She will not permit it. Yet the metrics are ugly. Social sentiment sours. Brands hesitate. Editors pass. Their private tension thickens. Harry wants quiet. Meghan wants a counterpunch. They are aligned in love and split in tempo. The gap grows with every headline. Calm narration returns. The institution has drawn its boundary. The couple must redraw theirs. Lawyers manage language while hearts manage loss. If Sussex vanishes from the masthead, what remains? A name, a past, 2 children, and a choice neither wants to make. The palace can sign a form. Families cannot. That is the wound no statement heals. And as the city sleeps, one question hangs above 2 continents. Who bends first tonight? Final act. The statement drops at noon. Cool tone. The dukedom is retired. Birth titles remain. The rationale cites modernization and clarity. The effect is thunder. In London, some cheer, some shrug. The machine keeps moving. In Montecito, the house goes still. Meghan cries in private, then steels herself for cameras. Harry stares at the screen. For years, the brand and the title were braided. Today, the knot was cut. Agents call with careful voices. Partners ask about timelines. Charities ask about naming. Their world doesn't end, it tilts. A fraction here, a fortune there. Real math. Calm narration returns. The monarchy looks unshaken. The couple looks human. Both truths can live at once. Charles signs other papers. William reviews diaries. Staff log outcomes and next steps. Somewhere a tourist buys a mug. Somewhere a producer spikes a segment. Life goes on. Emotional commentary lands last. A father kept a crown. A brother kept a boundary. A woman lost a role she turned into a platform. 2 children inherit complicated stories. What remains for Harry is a choice between distance and return. What remains for Meghan is reinvention. For viewers, the lesson is simple. Institutions endure even when families fracture. And yet this ending feels like a door to a hallway. So ask the only question that matters now. What move do they dare make next?